explain the wisdom behind circumcision. The wisdom as collected by Al-Bukhari or Muslim, the very profound hadith that Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, Al-fitratu khams. In another narration, khamsun min al-fitra. Al-fitra means the pure nature on which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created human beings before a shaitan made them change it into an awful nature and awful traditions. The pure nature on which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created people, khams, 5. He mentioned al-khitan, one of them, circumcision. And it is practiced in many religions. And he also mentioned al-istihdad. Al-istihdad is removing the pubic hair. That's for both men and women. Okay? And natful ibt, removing the underarm hair. And a lot of people belittle this. You see them going for Umrah or Hajj and their hair, the armpits hair is growing. This is actually prohibited. It must be maintained to be removed, men and women. It doesn't undergo the cultural traditions. It does undergo the Islamic traditions. And this is a pure nature for every Muslim. You happen to be Russian, you happen to be Europeans. Europeans do not care about that. Americans do, based on the new fashion. I don't care. Our tradition does not undergo the fashion or the region. Removing the underarm hair for men and women. And clipping the nails. Wow. So basically those who keep long nails or even put artificial long nails, that is not permissible. Yes, it is not permissible. And وقص الشاب, and trimming the mustache. Somebody would say, trimming the mustache. So what is the wisdom behind it? Ya akhi, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, أَلَا يَعْلَمُ مَنْ خَلَقَ وَهُوَ اللَّطِيفُ الْخَبِيرُ. Who created us? Allah. You and I as Muslims in this circle recognize that since Allah is our creator, then He knows best. He knows best what is best for us, what suits us most. He said to the men, grow your beards. In many ahadith, and Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said so, ordered men to grow the beards and to trim the mustache. No questions asked. Because we passed this point. We passed the point of why, of asking why. Because you already believed in Allah and you haven't seen Him. You believed in His paradise, which you have not even dreamt of. You believed in An-Nar, in the angels, in the jinn, in the prophets. We haven't seen any of that. الَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ. Then وَيُقِيمُونَ الصَّلَاةَ وَمِمَّا رَزَقْنَاهُمْ يُنْفِقُونَ. So after believing in the unseen, believing in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in the hereafter, and what will happen after death, there will be resurrection and reckoning and so on. You're not going to stop at why should we trim the mustache. If later on science speaks about the hygiene, the perfect hygiene in circumcision, in clipping the nails, in removing the underarm hair, that's perfectly fine. We only found out about some of the virtues, of the facts, of which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered us to do this because it is good for us. So when we do it, we do not do it as because it is good for our hygiene, or because circumcision reduces the inflammations in the genitals, or because it avoids developing this awful smell or offensive smell. No, because it's an act of worship.